Welcome to the CobbleStone video tutorial for document package eSignature. eSignature is part of the document collaboration optional add-on module and is only available when that module is licensed. A document package is a document built on a record from an advanced document template. An eSignature process is used for all involved parties to electronically sign the document via an outside-facing portal. Before being able to initiate an eSignature process for a document package, we must first define an eSignature flow and eSignature groups. Since we can set those up on individual document templates, we'll head into our Manage Setup menu. Next, we'll click Document Templates. Finally, we'll access our needed list by clicking Template List. Since we can establish our signature flows and groups on individual document templates, we may need to open the Select Area list to access documents for areas other than contracts, the default. We could select any of our major areas of the application for our templates, and thus signature processes, but we need contracts and committals for our example. Find the desired document template from the list and click Manage Edit for its line. Since our signature, in this case, is based on a specific document template, the template must be active. This one is good, so we'll leave that alone. We also need to check our form of participant authentication, that is, how are users interacting with the document collaboration portal when working with a document of this type. Let's open that list. We have two options, Secure PIN and Open URL Link. Secure PIN requires the use of a personal identification number when opening the portal. Open URL Link, on the other hand, allows the portal to be opened immediately by an individual with the link. We'll select Open URL Link for this example. Our next option is for allowing IntelliSign processes for documents created directly from the document template. For more information on using IntelliSign, please see the tutorial video on that subject. We'll open this list now. The value defaults to no, but I would like documents made directly from this template to be available via IntelliSign, so we'll select yes. Because we made changes to our document template overview, we need to save our changes by clicking Update Information. CobbleStone lets us know our changes have been saved. Now, we can move on to developing our eSignature flows and groups, so, as you may have guessed, we'll click eSignature Flow and Groups. The same is true for modifying existing flows and groups. When we first access this page, we have two important areas of information. The first provides us some info about the document template itself. The other is where we define our signature settings. Let's take a closer look at those. The first setting is to allow electronic signing. It can be enabled or disabled for different document templates. Let's open the list. The setting defaults to yes, and since we're talking about e-signing, we'll select yes, so documents made with this template can be processed for it. The next setting is for Allow Direct to Signing. If enabled, documents created from the template can bypass e-approval and be launched directly into an e-signature process. Let's open the list. I'd like to have the option to move directly into a signing process, so we'll select yes for our example. The final option, Signature Process Template, is covered in a separate video tutorial, so please refer to the appropriate video for more information on this setting. Finally, since we made changes to our settings, we need to be sure to click Update, lest we lose our changes. The application lets us know the changes were saved successfully. Now, we can move into construction of an eSignature group, so we'll click Add New Group. The Add Signature Group pop-up window displays. Let's start by giving the group a name, so we'll click that field and give it a descriptive name. Since our counterparty is being asked to sign first, let's call this group Counterparty. We can, optionally, give each group a description, but I think our name is plenty descriptive, so we'll skip that step. There are two more settings present, but we cannot interact with them yet. Optionally, we can update a contract status value when the group is complete. Let's open the On Complete Set Status field now. We could select any value from our record status list to help drive workflow, or simply provide an additional level of transparency. We are not going to have the status update for our example though, so we'll select No Status Change. We can also have the application send signing reminders to group members who may have forgotten. First, we'll select Number of Days for Notice. Next, we'll enter the number of days for each new notification or reminder. Let's set this to send weekly, so we'll enter 7 days. Then, we can set the number of additional notices, those after the first, that can be sent. Let's select Number of Notices after that to set our value. I think a total of 5 additional notices should be more than enough. Now that we've set all our options for the group, we'll click Save Signature Group. The pop-up closes. To see the group's options again, click Group. If needed, we could make changes now. When done, click Save Group Info, or simply close the window if not making any changes. We can also establish rules for the group, so the group's signers only need to interact with the process if specified criteria are met. Let's click Rules. A pop-up displays. We can build our rules just as we would for an ad hoc report and establish them via expressions and expression groups. When done, click Save Rules and Conditions, or if not making any changes, simply close the window. Our group looks good, but now we need to set up the actual signer or signers. Click Participant to do so. The participant pop-up window displays. We first need to select the type of participant, so we'll click Select Type of Participant. We can select signers from our list of employees and from our counterparty contacts. For this group, we'll click Vendor Customer Contacts. Since the counterparty contact is set on each process, we can start by selecting the title field. We want the counterparty to sign first, so we'll label this as First Signer. Each title in a process must be unique. Next, we can opt to provide a description or reason for signing by clicking the Description Reason field. We'll indicate the signer is the countersigner. We can choose to have a participant be locked or not. A locked participant cannot be changed when initiating a signing process. Let's open the Is Locked list. Because we may want to change the participant on the fly, we'll select No for this participant. To finalize our changes, we'll click Save Participant. The pop-up closes. To review the participants in a group, click the caret for that group. As we can see, we have one participant who's determined on merge. If needed, we could add multiple signers to this group and have them all sign in any order. Order is important to us, however, so we'll establish a second group, one that will only be prompted to sign after the first group is complete. Since we've seen the group build process, we'll skip ahead a little. There is our second group, Internal Signature. We want to add a signer to this group, so we'll click Participant. This time, we're not going to change the type because we need a registered employee or user from the application. Let's open the Select Employee list. We could have the listed employee on the contract sign, but we want a specific person to sign. Let's select our participant for our example. Now we can provide a signing title. We'll always have this listed individual sign for this document, so we'll open the Is Locked list, and then select Yes. With everything set, we can click Save Participant. We could alter the sequence order by clicking Group for either line and adjusting as necessary. I think this looks good though, so we'll leave it alone. Let's jump ahead to initiate the process on a record. We're now on a contract record for which the document was already generated. For the merged document, click View Manage. Since we're interested in a signing process, we'll click eSignature Flow and Groups. To view the participants, click the caret for the group's line. As we can see, this participant is not yet set. We could leave it as is, and the application would apply the first contact listed for the counterparty as the participant. We'll move forward and manually set the participant though, so we'll click the aptly named Set Participant button. In our pop-up, we'll open the participant list. Well, our choice is easy. We only have one contact. Let's select him. Finalize the choice by clicking Alter Participant. The application lets us know the action was completed. To check, click the caret. Perfect. There's our counterparty contact. We can look at the other group's participants too. Click the caret for the desired line item. There's the participant we selected in the flow. Notice that the Set Participant button is gray. That's because we cannot change this locked participant. Additionally, we cannot delete the participant due to the lock. We could add participants to either group if needed, though. Now that our groups are set, let's click eSignature Processing. We need a new process, so we'll click the New Signature Process button. The New Signature Process pop-up displays. I'm okay with the title and description, but I do want to open the signature type list. We have two options available. Electronic signature is to process the signatures via the collaboration portal. Wet signature is for sending the document outside the application and moving it forward once received signed. We'll select electronic signature. Another important setting is found in the signing action list. Let's click that. We can use freeform signing to allow a signer to choose where and how to sign. Placeholder signatures are used when we dictate where signers place their marks. We'll select placeholder signatures for our example. Finally, we can indicate how to have the application attach documents back to the record. We can select separate attachments to keep each document a separate entity, or single PDF if we have multiple docs to be merged into a single whole. We'll select separate attachments for our example. Now, we can click Save. Our dashboard displays, and we can see that we're missing info and are thus unable to initiate the process yet. First, we need to indicate the file or files to be sent in the process. Mark the tick box for the document. Once selected, we'll click Attach Files. Thanks to the template used to make our document, our signature groups are now set, but we do need to set placeholders. Setting placeholders is not necessary if we're using freeform signing. Click the caret for the document. Let's scroll down the page to see a little more. That's better. To indicate our placeholders, we'll click Signatures. On the document preview, we can see how many placeholders are in the document and how many are on the page presently displayed. We can move from page to page with the arrows, but for our example, we know the page needed, so we can open the page list. In this example document, we need page 8, so I'll select that now. Our page displays. Click the page to initiate drawing the signature placeholder. The mouse pointer changes to a crosshairs. Click again for a corner of the placeholder, and click and drag to draw the placeholder itself. Stop the click and drag to stop drawing the placeholder. Let's scroll down to see a little more. Much better. Now we can click the green tick mark to let the application know we're happy with the size and position. We need to specify which participant is to use the placeholder, so we'll open the participant list. Then we can select the desired participant. Once set, click Save Placeholder. The pop-up closes, and we can see the total number of placeholders in the document and the ones on the page itself. To edit a placeholder, click Edit for the item on that page. I need to set one more placeholder, one for our other participant. Since the process is the same, we'll skip ahead. Once everything is in place, click Return to Dashboard. Everything is set, so we can now initiate the process. Before we do that, let's scroll down the page to see a little more. If needed, we could see the placeholders and participants. We've already seen everything though, so we'll scroll back up. To put the eSignature flow into flight, we'll click Start Process. For our last step, we need to confirm initiation of the process. Now, the application lets us know the signatures are in process. We can see it as a whole and which participant group is going now. If we want to refresh the dashboard, click Refresh. Let's change gears and look at things from the participant's perspective. Each participant receives an email like this one. It gives the participant some info about the document package as well as their information. We'll click Sign Documents. The default web browser launches and opens the signing portal. Be sure to read the electronic record and signature disclosure. For the sake of our example, we're going to skip that. Once ready, mark the agreement tick box. Then, to move into the document, click Continue. A user could navigate through the document to find their placeholders or spots to sign, but we'll use the provided shortcut and click the signature item on the side menu. We're taken right to the page needed, but in this case, we need to scroll down to find our placeholder. There it is. The participant's placeholders are highlighted. Click here to begin the signing. The electronic signature pop-up displays. We can open the signature type list to choose among the various signature options, but we need draw signature for our example, so we'll skip that step. For more information on the options, see the IntelliSign video. The signer needs to move their mouse pointer into the dashed signature box. Once there, the pointer changes into a pen. Let's move the pointer to where we're to start our signature. Then, click and hold the mouse button and move the cursor to draw a signature. To pause or stop signing, release the mouse button. If needed, click the refresh arrows to clear the signing and try again. Once happy with the signature, click Sign Now. Once all signatures have been placed, click Verify and Complete. You then must finalize with verification. Either cancel the process or mark Complete to verify. The portal lets us know when we're done. Let's return to the application now. We've accessed our contract record holding the document. Let's scroll down the page some. Click Signature Processes to view the process list. To view the process dashboard, click eSignature Process for the line item. The application lets us know, in this case, the process is still in flight and that the first group has completed. We are now awaiting the second. If needed, we could pause or stop the process. We'll let time move forward some to when we've been notified the process is complete. Returning to the record with our document, to make our lives easy, on the side menu, we'll click Attachments. Looking at our example's attachments list, we can see the document with which we've been working. The application provides a note to let us know it's signed from the process. See the videos for document packages, e-approval, participant templates, and IntelliSign for additional information. This concludes the video tutorial for CobbleStone's document package e-signatures.